What's up, guys? Matt Manduke here, and I have a little bit of food for thought for you. I think it's actually quite miraculous that there's so many people today that are on board for this tiny living thing. Granted, looking into this phenomenon about living in a shed led me to live in a van, which I watched a show last night. Not that I picked it or anything, but I watched a show last night that was, well, it put a lot of people to sleep. But it was about tiny living and how much freedom it gives you, and how you can move around and whatnot. And I kind of found it hilarious that not only was their tiny home much bigger than my mobile home, but on top of that, it's also that it requires a big, heavy, wasteful truck in order to move their tiny home around. So while they're going, oh, this is so great, and it's better for the environment because less carbon footprint and all that, you're still required to have a big, heavy truck. Well, if you're going to have that big, heavy truck in order to move your home around, why don't you just live in the truck? I mean, for all that, you could get a box truck, and I mean, some of these homes are ridiculous, spending $35,000 and $50,000 for a shed. Why don't you just buy a shed? If you build the shed, you could probably build it for about, 1,500 to 2,000. Or if you buy the shed, you could probably get it for about $7,000 at most. And they come with the loft, and they have the doors and all that. And then all you have to do is insulate and freaking move in. No, you do have to run plumbing and electricity, but it's not, it's already pre-built for you. It saves you a ton of money. You could do it for $10,000 instead of $50,000. You could have a 60 square foot van, or you could have a 200 square foot home. Now, in the case of a 200 square foot home, you get a little bit more than you do with this, but you lose the mobility and you lose the freedom, and you still have to have a vehicle. So then you're actually wasting more than you are saving. Ultimately, you learn how to do things differently, and so do I learned how to do things differently. I have a shower, I have a cooler, I'm saving up to get a nicer one. Yeah, so I've been boondocking for over a year now. I haven't paid rent. I haven't paid property tax. The only things I've had to pay for is food, fuel, car insurance, and maintenance. Now, if you're in a tiny home, you're going to pay for all those things. Granted, you may not necessarily pay for fuel because you might maybe ride a bike everywhere you go. But if you're riding a bike everywhere you go, then you need to pay somebody else with a big truck when you want to move your home. I move my home whenever I move. Whenever I want to go for a ride, I always have everything that I own. Do have an updated tour coming. I just want to clean up in here. I want to show all the things that I've changed in the year that I've been living in the van, and but that's coming soon. I got to clean up in here, and there's a couple modifications I want to do first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.